What's up, y'all? It's Big Ralph TV. Yo, so I really didn't expect that last video about the Jordan 1 UNC High Remastered. I didn't expect that video to be so controversial. Like, oh my God, he's returning these shoes. I can't believe it. Like, I really didn't expect that video to go that way. But the shoes are already returned. Now, I already returned them. I took them back the very next morning to the finish line at my local mall here. They're gone. That's not to say that maybe if, a year or so, 6 months from now, that they hit one of those Nike sales or they're like under $100, I might not pick them up again. That's not to say that. But right now, I didn't feel like I needed them. Right? I didn't need both pairs, the 2015 pair and the 2025 pair. But let me show you all something. Now, as you can see, I have plenty of Jordan 1s. Right? Look. Plenty of Jordan 1s throughout here. Look, we're going across a row. They are my favorite Jordan 1s. The ones that's in here, those are the black in green. I'm wearing those today. But Jordan 1s are my favorite Jordan. So I know a thing or two about Jordan 1 quality. All right. These came out like last year or something. And look at the quality on these. It's not because the 2025, or excuse me, the 2015 UNCs are old and broken in. It's not that. Look at the leather quality on this. Look how soft these are. Those were just really stiff. They're just really stiff. Let's see what other ones we got here. Let's see these. Look at these. Now, this one's kind of stiff up front, but it's not as bad going around. It's kind of hit or miss. But see, here's another example. I kept these. These are stiffer. Let me put these down so you can see. Look, right here, they're a little stiff. They're a little stiff, but I kept them. Let's see. Let's go to another one here. What's this one? These are good. This is good money right here. This is good money quality right here. All right. What else we got? What else we got in here? These right here. These are kind of older. Or are they? These aren't the... Oh, yeah. These are older. These are older right here. So, yeah. Outstanding. Look at the leather quality. Look, I'm barely touching that. Outstanding leather quality on those. Here is the Chicago remastered ones. Now look at these. Quality on these. This is the same type of shoe, just a different colorway. Quality on this one, outstanding. It's the exact same idea, but this one's quality is good. We put these back. Of course, down here, we have these. The quality on these isn't amazing. But from back in those days, these had the glitter on the paint. So that one's not the best. But I'm showing you some of these because I keep them. And some people in the comments was like, oh, you're just getting rid of them because of the quality and they're blah, 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 like talking a lot of trash and calling me names and stuff. Like, here are these. These are pretty good quality. These are pretty good quality. Nothing wrong with these. Look at the leather right there. Nothing wrong with those. The UNC from 2015, they're right here. All right. Here they are. These are the ones that I decided to keep and wear instead of the 2025 pair. And everybody's offended, apparently. Jeez. Somebody said, who returns shoes? Somebody that didn't like the shoe that they bought. These Wu-Tang color ones. Pretty good quality on these. Pretty good soft leather there. Look at that around the collar. Pretty soft. Not ultimately, I don't know. I never had the shattered backboards. This is an entire row of Jordan 1s. All right, I feel like I'm pretty qualified to speak on Jordan 1s. Here's a newer pair. Here's a newer pair for you all. I just reviewed these not too long ago. All right, the Rare Airs. I switched up the laces on them. I scrubbed off the swoosh. But look at the Rare Airs, man. Look at the quality on the Rare Airs. These are bad right here, man. These are, I like these. I like the craftsmanship on these. That leather right there, super smooth, super soft. It's one Jordan 1 that I decided to return. Here's, what are these? The Sport Reds from last year. These are nice. Do they have the absolute best quality? No, nah. Those UNCs are actually kind of on par with these, actually. But look, they're still here. I didn't return them. Like, it's one shoe that didn't give me the warm fuzzies. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna take this particular pair back. And people got all worked up. People are in a frenzy. Look at these. I kept them. Somebody said I couldn't return those UNCs because they were dirty. How would they be dirty if I'd never put them on? How would they? I took them out of the box. I showed them to you all. Said I'm going to return them and put them back in the box. How could they have been dirty? That guy called me a dumbass. Guess the joke's on that guy because they have been returned. I no longer have that shoe anymore. So joke's on you. But I keep most of the Jordan 1s that I bought. Let me show you something. I know this video is supposed to be a short. I did it again. But let me show you all something else here. It's not just about that colorway either. I double up. Here are my Royals. Right? But then I also have the Remastered Royals up there. Kept them. A lot of people returned these or didn't even buy these because they say they didn't like them. I have them. They're right here. I love these. What else? I have like 4 different pairs of that shoe. Here's the fly knit version of the Royals. You see what I'm saying? Here's what are these? What is? I got the Storm Blues. These are pretty good. These are pretty good quality. Storm Blues. Then we got those right there. We got these Kentuckys. Look at that. Oh, man. Them Kentuckys are good. What else we got? I know a lot of people didn't even get these. A lot of people didn't get these bad boys right here. But I got them. And I kept them. Man. This is my least favorite colorway. Look at the sparkles on this. The materials were bad back then as far as just like the paint or whatever. But the quality of the leather is soft. It's just the sparkles from back in those days. You know, most of those Jordan 1s used to have that happen to them. Look, here's another pair up there, the orange and black ones. I have a lot of Jordan 1s. It's literally my favorite Air Jordan. So I have plenty of them. I feel like I'm qualified to speak on Jordan 1s. All right, look, here are these gold ones. Good quality. I kept them. Sometimes the quality is not the greatest, and I keep them because I like the shoe. It's one Jordan that I said, you know what? I'm not really vibing with these. I'm gonna return them. All right. So I don't see what the big deal is. I just wanted to bring you guys this quick video, let you know they are gone. I did return them. So yeah, just one time, I wasn't really the biggest fan of the Jordan 1. These qualities on these is nice. There's one Jordan 1 that I decided to get rid of. It's not the end of the world, but I'll be back later with more content that won't be a Jordan 1. All right. These are amazing too. Did y'all get these? These are amazing. What about one more I want to show? Oh, 2 more. Because here's another royal looking shoe. So if you know if it's a colorway that I like, I'm gonna keep it. Except for that particular one. But did y'all ever get these bad boys right here? These are crazy. These are crazy. All right, but anyway, that's it, man. More content coming. Peace.